Now this was a Tokyo Ghoul chapter. Now people, I've been like kind of moaning a little bit here and there about Ghoul, saying, oh, I didn't like this or I didn't like that, all the pacing, but seriously, for this guys, like this chapter especially, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. I want to see some great fucking pacing, some great fucking character development, and not to mention as well, some pretty awesome fights on the fucking side as well, because that's what we got. So straight up, like fucking Kanae hiring out a bunch of the fucking Awagiri members to take care of Sasaki again, and I'm like, this motherfucker, we see him like all at the start in their cloak saying, yeah, we should get going, we should take care of this. And it's like, you get to see like Uri and Shirazu like they're confronting like Kanae, and like you just get to see the development that they've actually been going through for at least the half a year, because we've definitely seen that, especially with them. It's like Uri, he's gotten pretty strong since that operation. We've seen like he's straight up taking him on, just fucking annihilating him, and like with even as well, especially with Shirazu as well, that he is still going through that struggle ever since he took like care of Nutcracker. He still has this fear of using her, and I'm thinking like once he finally gets over that fear, like he will pretty much be one of the strongest out there, because we've seen what this guy can fucking do originally, and especially with he's got Nutcracker on his side now. I mean, that motherfucker's just going to be like unstoppable, and it's just like he needs to get through that barrier, and I think it's definitely going to be through this. Maybe like Uri might get into some trouble at some point during this fight, and maybe like actually have to add to that saying, yo, I need to protect my fucking friends, I need to do shit like this, because everyone's having their own fight right now. You get to see like Mutsuki and Sasaki, they're having their fight on their own floors. Like you get to see like Mutsuki's like dealing with that motherfucker like Torso, and even Mutsuki's like who I always thought was the weakest member of the group, like just both like character wise and just physically as well, actually going fucking toe to toe with Torso, like isn't there like breaking down in like tears and crying. And this is what I liked, it's like seeing these characters already over like pretty much near a year's like progression, like how much they just developed, and seeing a bunch more of the other people as well, like yo, fucking Jason's people, like holy shit, they were fucking cool. Like we got to see like Jason's people, one of Tatara's like fucking right hand people, like all these guys. See, like this is what I liked about this chapter especially, is that it did very well in adding tons of elements. We got introduced into new characters, showed that they're already cool, shown that they're very interesting. Like maybe it's just me personally that I've always liked the Ghouls more because of like we've been going through them, seeing more of them through Tokyo Ghoul, but especially with these guys as well, they're interesting. They already have like shown off that they're pretty much fucking badasses. Not to mention as well that these guys were pretty much like some of like you get to see Jason's people. Like come on, like that's already a good thing inside. And Tatara, like we get to see like what someone on his side can do, because we never got to see too much of him, and I'm kind of curious, someone on his side, what can they actually do? And even seeing that the subordinate even had a Quinque as well, as saying like it's not even using like a Kagune at all. So I'm kind of curious about that. It's like, where the hell did that get that Quinque from? Not to mention as well, like it kind of sounds like she's almost like trying to be a lot like the inspectors as well, or maybe like she doesn't like using like a Kagune. That's what I'm really like curious about. But it's like, other than that, like yeah, there were just so many good things. I'm not gonna lie though, I really did wish like one of them did have like the original Jason mask or something, like just to like fuck with them, saying, oh shit, it's fucking Jason. But that's what you need to do. It's like, yeah, if like Jason's been gone for like how long, so what do? We bring back some of his people. We bring back like these guys that look like serious pieces of shit. And it's like, and they knew this is a trap, but it's like, this is what they were gonna get, like, because Kanae just paid her and say, this is an advance payment, and for every person you kill, I'll pay double. And he's just like, I'll make Master Chu like time for you. Like it's just, he wants that shit so fucking bad. And it's just like, I don't know, just when he started trying to take on Shirazu and Uri, he's just like, yeah, good fucking luck, like what like you're gonna do. Because like I just love that, like as they were fighting him, like literally you just see Shirazu, it's just like he's fucking panicking. He's just like, see her like just trying to like, it looks like she was gonna rip his fucking head off, like from like what he was imagining it. And I don't know, it kind of reminded me a lot when you saw like all the flowers behind him. It kind of really reminded me like the whole bit when when Kaneki was dealing with that shit with like Rize when he was going against Jason. So that I kind of felt like there was something to that, like especially there. And it's like you know what, he's just like, fuck this. Don't think I'm the same as before. And he's just fucking with him, and he like ends up just grabbing him, slamming his head onto some concrete, and he's just like, I'm gonna break your fucking neck. you really think you're gonna fucking like fuck with me like that? It's just like, and out of all this, I'm like, wait a minute, what's Psycho do? It's like, is she really not gonna do anything? And she's just on standby, and just this creepy ass motherfucker just there saying, sup. It's just like, wow, sup. Like that, and she's, Psycho, instead of panicking, she's just another day at the office, just dealing with this shit. So hopefully now, like, especially what it said with like the next issue, my guess is that we're now finally going to see what Psycho can do. I've been wanting to see what she can do for a while now. Maybe when she's not a lazy piece of shit as she normally is, which I do love that about her, but it's like, I think it's about time to see like what she can really do on her own, or like either that, or like she's just gonna run away and it's just like just troll that guy throughout the entirety of it. So who knows? Maybe in the next 2 chapters. But it's like, you know, people think like, oh, it's just the fight. It's what I liked it about. Like, no, like, see, this is one thing I really liked about this chapter, and which like another chapters, although you can have a lot of development chapters, that what I really liked about this one especially, like, we got already the conflict. Yeah, that's one thing I will say, admit that. We also got as well introducing to more people, like Yamori's people, like Tatara's like subordinate. We also got like, you know, all this stuff going on. We get to see development with like Shirata, like he's still having this internal struggle with it. Seeing the development of Ure, seeing like Psycho is already getting set up for her match as well, like, and seeing like, you know, another interesting thing about this guy, I believe his name, like Hakatori, like using a Quinke. Like, there's so much in this chapter that was really interesting. And then I'd like, that's the thing, I'm just comparing it to like other chapters that we've had previously when I thought, they were a bit like, you know, iffy and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know, I feel like maybe now like Suishida like might have actually gotten maybe the hang of like you saying, okay, this is that, people want to see this, people want to see that. Like, I don't know, that's personally that. And you guys know me, I am quite a big fan of my action, but it's like, I didn't read Ghoul for the action. I read it through its characters, and so far, introduction to these characters, they're pretty fucking badass. I really enjoy it. There was some really good development on pretty much everyone in this chapter, like, especially Mutsuki. Like, Mutsuki's the character out of all of them that I don't generally, like that much, compared to, like, if you're comparing them to Sasaki, like, Ure, Shirazu, Saiko, but Mutsuki came a badass motherfucker in this chapter, like, just fucking up torso with no fucking sweat at all, looking like a badass while doing it. But other than that, I'm like, guys, I'm gonna give this one a fucking 9. I like, generally, I thought like after last week, after I did that video, like I was gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk about Ghoul like that anymore. But that one really revitalized. You know, there's still some fucking great shit in Re like that, and it's like, I'm really looking forward to it. I mean, I still keep to that video, that statement, but it's like, I think this is what I definitely needed to like kind of get me out of that like kind of meh period from like what I had with like Reed. But definitely great chapter. I'm gonna give this one a fucking 9. This one was a great chapter. But that's all for me. I want to thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next.